The New York City subway is an engineering marvel, a vast network of 472 stations spanning all 5 boroughs. It's the lifeblood of the city, carrying millions of passengers every day. But for thousands of New Yorkers, it's not just a mode of transportation, it's a place to call home. Today, we're delving into a hidden crisis, homelessness on the New York subway. It's a story of survival, systemic failures, and a transit system grappling with challenges far beyond its original purpose. The scale of the crisis. New York City has one of the largest homeless populations in the United States, with over 70,000 people living in shelters or on the streets. Among them, thousands turn to the subway for refuge. The subway offers warmth in the winter, relative safety, and anonymity in a city that can often feel hostile to those without a roof over their heads. For many commuters, the presence of homelessness in the subway is impossible to ignore. It's a daily reminder of the city's inequalities, often sparking debates about public safety, compassion, and the role of the subway system. Why the subway becomes a shelter. To understand why so many people rely on the subway, we need to look at the alternatives, or the lack thereof. New York City operates one of the largest shelter systems in the country, but it's far from perfect. Shelters are often overcrowded, unsafe, or have strict rules that many find difficult to follow. For some, the subway feels like a better option. The subway offers 24-hour access, a level of privacy in train cars, and the freedom to move. During the winter, when temperatures drop to dangerous levels, the underground system becomes a literal lifeline for survival. Challenges for the MTA. The Metropolitan Transportation Authority, or MTA, faces enormous challenges in managing this crisis. Cleaning train cars and stations, addressing safety concerns, and maintaining public confidence in the system costs millions each year. The MTA has reported increased delays caused by individuals taking refuge in the subway, blocking doors, or occupying seats for extended periods. These measures, while aimed at maintaining order, often come across as punitive to those experiencing homelessness. The MTA is caught in a difficult position, balancing the needs of commuters with the realities of a growing homeless population. Commuter perspectives. For commuters, homelessness in the subway evokes mixed feelings. Some express compassion, acknowledging the struggles of those less fortunate, while others voice frustration, citing concerns about cleanliness, safety, and overcrowding. This tension highlights a broader societal challenge. How do we address homelessness in a way that balances empathy with practicality? Root causes of homelessness. Homelessness in New York City is not a problem that starts in the subway. It starts above ground. Skyrocketing rents, stagnant wages, and a lack of affordable housing push many into homelessness. Mental health issues, substance abuse, and a lack of accessible health care further compound the problem. The city's efforts to address homelessness, including crackdowns on street encampments, often push individuals to seek shelter in the subway. It's a cycle that keeps repeating without addressing the root causes. Impact of extreme weather. Extreme weather conditions exacerbate the crisis. During the winter, the subway becomes one of the only places where people can escape the freezing temperatures. But this surge in demand often leads to overcrowding in stations and more visible tensions with commuters and authorities. It's not uncommon to see entire families taking shelter underground, highlighting the heartbreaking reality that homelessness is not limited to individuals. It affects people of all ages. The city's response. In recent years, New York City has ramped up efforts to address subway homelessness. Outreach teams work around the clock to connect individuals with shelters, mental health services, and housing programs. But these efforts face significant challenges. Many people resist help due to distrust of the system or bad experiences in shelters. Others simply don't see the offered solutions as viable. The problem is not just logistical, but deeply personal and psychological. The broader implications. The presence of homelessness in the subway is a reflection of broader societal failures. It forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about poverty, inequality, and the limits of our public institutions. The subway is more than a transit system. It's a mirror of the city's most pressing issues. Moving forward, addressing homelessness in the subway requires systemic change. This includes investing in affordable housing, improving the quality of shelters, and expanding mental health services. It's about more than just moving people out of the subway. It's about giving them a real chance at stability and dignity. The solution won't come overnight, but with coordinated efforts and genuine compassion, it's possible to create a system where no one is forced to call the subway home. The New York subway is a symbol of resilience, movement, and connection. Addressing homelessness within its tunnels is not just about fixing a transit problem, it's about creating a more just and equitable city.